Hi everyone, it is Carol from Lily Rose Blue. How are you guys today? It is Sunday, January 19th. It is, I haven't checked on the wind chill lately, but we're somewhere around minus 20 to minus 35. It is just ridiculous out there. And I know this is true for a lot of the country. It isn't just here. So yeah, and then I wanted to take you back down memory lane. Remember pagers? Yeah, well, my husband's work still uses them. So while he is a University of Iowa employee like I am, he is, and even though he does healthcare, his office is within the University of Iowa structure, not the university or not the Iowa Healthcare or University of Iowa Healthcare structure. So the healthcare structure now doesn't use these anymore. There's paging through Epic, which is the electronic medical record, or there's various apps that come on people's phones. So on the healthcare side, these are kind of obsolete. However, not true on just the regular UI side. So there is a patient that my husband was involved with doing a new kind of therapy that involved radioactivity. And this person is inpatient and is probably going to be, or is throughout the weekend, probably until tomorrow. So I am babysitting the pager while my husband it isn't actually here at the moment. So, yep, believe it or not, you guys, those things still exist and they are still being used. Now, here we go. I am going to try to demo something that I haven't even tried myself yet. Why not? I'm going to live dangerously and just try this myself, right? Yeah. I mean, I know the concept, all of that. I just have not tried this on my own. I've tried different stamping. I cannot talk today. Stamping platforms, but not this one. And if you remember, this was part of my Christmas gift from my oldest daughter, who had my name this year. So there are different reasons to use a stamping platform. One is just to make sure you line things up, also so you don't have to keep moving a stamp. I'll show you that in a minute. It's also really good for red rubber stamps like this one, in which this one's maybe not the best example, but some of them, well, maybe, because this branding strip is here and it's, these are sometimes hard. Usually there's not even the image, or rubber stamps come in all different shapes and sizes, but often, it is just the red rubber stamp. And they're not acrylic, right? So it's really hard to see where you're positioning. So a stamping platform comes in handy for these as well. It also comes in handy, and see, this is kind of spring-loaded here. This also comes in handy if you're going to do what I'm going to attempt to do. And that is to do a, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm going to use this background stamp for one with a lighter color, and then come right over it with this image. So stay with me. Stay with me. So this is the Artemio Stamping Pro. I believe this is out of a, it is not a US-based product. I believe this company is out of Belgium. This was purchased on Amazon. Their a stamping platform that you may have heard of is the Misty. And I believe that's by We Are Memory Keepers. Or Tim Holtz used to have, or Tim Holtz / Ranger used to have one, but I do not believe it's still in production. So, lovely grid, springy. I'm going to tell you a couple other things that I really like about this. It's hinged. Some of these open like this, like a legal pad, right? This one opens like a notebook. Also, this one is open on 3 sides, which allows you to be able to put in a larger piece of paper. Like you could put in this 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and it wouldn't be a big deal. Or pretend, well, don't pretend. I have one right behind me here, if I can reach. Remind me to tell you about my, well, maybe I can reach. Okay, I'm just going to take this thing because it's on top. Or a 12, let's say, let's pretend, here, let's flip this over. Let's pretend, you've got some pictures here and you want to stamp here, but you're really nervous to stamp right on the scrapbook page because what if you screw it up? Well, before, when I had that, I would stamp it on a different piece of paper and I would fussy cut it out. That's still a great look because it brings dimension to your scrapbook page, and you could also pop it up if you wanted to. However, this platform takes the guesswork out of that. So, let's say you knew, and I'm just going to draw a quick little dot here. Let's see, you want to say, told you I could not talk today. You wanted the image right there. Well, when you come over that with a block, so you've got an acrylic block, and even with an acrylic stamp, that's still really hard to kind of center and think about what you want to do. So, and, just bear with me here, guys. So, that's where you want that to be. You can lay down your acrylic stamp at approximately where you think it's the middle. We're guessing here, folks. Don't critique me. You can bring this down, push down, pick up the acrylic stamp, ink it, go back, push down, and voila, the image is where you want it to be on a 12 by 12 piece of paper. So having those 3 open sides makes this much more flexible and, to me, usable in, for any size paper, really. So the other thing that I like about this is that these tabs, so easy to pick up. So these are their magnets that hold your paper down so that your paper doesn't move, which is also another problem when you're just stamping, on a plain piece of paper and you hope, you're holding it down and you hope that you don't move anything. So again, this kind of a stamping platform takes the guesswork out. Here is a ruler. both in inches and in centimeters. That runs up here, and same way across the top. So again, makes this really versatile. So I want to, and I think I'm only going to do this. So I think now that I pulled that off, yes, I want this stamp about right there. You could also measure, right, with these grid lines and go, okay, yeah, I think that's about right. But again, I'm going for it, guys. So I place that. I'm coming back over. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. I was worried about this. Yeah. Dang it. That's the color I really wanted. My Memento teardrops are really, really starting to dry up. But never fear, I have a backup. And because I'm going to double stamp this, double stamp on this piece of paper, you want to do the lighter one first. Okay. Oop, that didn't work so well, and I don't know whether that was the way I inked it. I think it might be. Let's try this again. This is also an example of needing to invest in some better ink pads, or new ink pads, or no. So that could be the stamp. That could absolutely be the stamp. Yeah, I think it might be the stamp. So I'm going to clean this off. Put this back. I'm going to put this back. Not to diss Temu, because I think it has, Temu is what it is, but sometimes the images don't stamp as well as we would like them to. So see how easy it is to pick up these magnets and move them. So never fear. I had 3 or 4 other stamps that I had pulled out just in case that one didn't work, because I was sufficiently suspicious that it might not, right? I don't know. We may have to, since that's white, you can see, to me, I can see the blue shining through. So let me just double check. All right. Somewhere I have a small little, sorry, I bumped the cord for my light. I have a Tim Holtz guillotine cutter, small cutter, which is really convenient when you're making, I think, making cards. I am not putting my finger on that right now. I also see that I need to change the blade on my cutter. Okay, so same concept. Same concept. I'm going to do this one first. Or I could do this other one too. I don't know. You could almost stamp this one 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure I am a fan of those solid background stamps. So I'm going to place this right, sorry, let's do this. Excuse me. Still have that lingering cough. Yep. Gonna come over here. Ink this one. And I'm gonna stand up this time, and then we're gonna press this down. Voila! It worked. Okay. So that was this color. Now I need to line up this image. This is going to be a little tough, but I think we can do it. Okay. Gonna come in, pick that acrylic stamp up, and then which one do I want? I'm gonna come in with this color. I am still mourning the fact that Close to My Heart no longer exists. Okay. So that worked. That is exactly what I wanted to have happen. And now, oh, this one does not have a stem. Well, that's interesting. Huh. I would have thought that one would have had a stem. But we could add should I push my luck? Yeah, let's push my luck. Why not? So I am trying to accomplish 2 things at the same time. That leaf seems too big for this. That leaf is too big. The dimensions are not correct. Excuse me. I'm trying to demo the stamping platform at the same time that I am making a card for a long time colleague who recently retired. So I'm going to pull this stamp set back out, and I'm going to use this. Okay. I'm going to get that about where I think I want it. Come back and use, oh boy, I sure hope it was this one, guys. I didn't pay, and I know I'm not making it green. I'm just not going to do it. Sorry. I am not, again, like I said, I need to purchase some stamp pads, and green is one color that, oh, okay. Sadly, that did not work. So this stamp set, it's going to go bye-bye. It does not work well. Sadly, because I love the look of it, but yeah. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I don't think this is salvageable. I really don't. And I did not push down on that any harder than I did with anything else. Any other time that I pushed down. So it isn't that. It is the stamp. So sorry, guys. We're pivoting. That's okay. Pivoting is a good thing. Pivoting is absolutely okay to do. Sometimes that is exactly what you need to do. And I'm going to shave off just a little bit more. Okay, now let me just double check. Yeah, that's great. Put my two other card pieces. I'm going to put this back on. I'm going to grab a baby wipe. Oh, there goes my candy. Yeah, as I've said to you guys, I have got to sell some things. I have now I've reached my own end of my patience, which is saying something as far as my craft room goes. Yeah. I was working in here last night until almost 2 in the morning. My husband came in. Yep. So they warned me about that. Okay. One of the things that will happen on this me not being able to talk. These stamping platforms is that there's ink that you may not see. And then when you go to lay this part of the acrylic side down, it gets ink residue on your paper. And sure enough, that is what happened. It's okay. You guys are seeing the good, bad, and the ugly of all of this. And that, again, that is okay. Sorry, I'm reaching to get another piece of white paper. And of course, pushing off of my part of my foot that is fractured is not great. It's not a great thing for me to be doing. I tried to do my PT. So initially, because it's easier on the legs and knees and ankles, I was doing my PT on the bed. And every time I've had surgery, that is what they recommend that you do. Well, this last time I went to PT, and now my brain can't see the 7, there it is. He wanted me to do it. I don't know what fell over just now. He wanted me to do it standing up and, leaning, not leaning, but touching table, countertop, whatever worked. And so I've done that. It hasn't been super comfortable for me, but I was doing it. And you know what? We're going to pivot again. And we're just going to demo this in a little bit different way. Hang on. Hang on, everybody. Let's see here. Yeah. It wasn't super comfortable, but it didn't hurt. And of course, PT, you know, there's a fine line. You're supposed to challenge yourself, but not hurt. And today, I was trying to do it, and guys, it just hurt. And I think I'm worried I did something that was bad. We'll see. I'm hoping, and maybe it will. Maybe it will be fine. And let's look at the grid lines. I think that's pretty good. Oh, what did I do wrong, guys? All right, come back. Come back. Yeah, I don't know why this is not. What am I doing wrong? Is it this? Do I need to go like that? I don't know. Regardless, I think we're going to say that's good. Anyway, yeah, I think I might have hurt myself. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Luckily, I have my next PT appointment on Tuesday, which is, tomorrow's Martin Luther King Day, and it's also my youngest brother, Keith's birthday. He is the brother that's closest to me in age, and we're 15 years apart. Yeah. But, yeah, so we'll see. So I'm extra unhappy right now. But see, this is good because I know exactly where I had my paper positioned, right? So that's okay. I think it's okay. Well, since I have a baby wipe out, we'll just wipe that off. Yeah, so we'll see. I'm glad that I have a PT appointment on Tuesday. Okay, we're going to line up this image. Get it the right direction, Carol. Okay, paper, stay down. Okay, that worked better. So now we're going to go darker. Yeah, so anyway, it's hard for me to reach. Probably didn't help. I was on my feet. See, this is where I'm getting the ink. It's when I'm pushing down on this stamp pad to make sure that the ink is going on. And I think you guys know the huffing method. I'm going to do that. If you think your ink has sat for a little bit too long on your stamp, just huff on it, and the moisture from your breath will reinvigorate that ink. Now, this one, you don't kind of get the effect as much as on that rose, but you kind of get the effect, right? You can kind of see that. So I'm okay. I am okay with that. I was maybe just a tinch off over here. But you know what? I don't mind that shadow because that way I think the recipient will know that that was what was happening. So I am also going to look at some words here on all of these stamps that I have out. And I'm actually, even though I'll come back and tell you something. Actually, I think I'm going to do it there. Yeah, sorry, I got quiet because I was thinking maybe this is a better way to do it. I just am not super confident with these, with the ink pads is the other problem. Various companies make ink pads. That's not bad. That's not bad. I'm not sure why everything is fuzzy. It's probably still a little damp, but that's okay. It's okay. And then one of these stamp pads or stamps, hang on, here. Has a little butterfly. So I'm going to come over here. See how this works? And I don't know why the paper wants to be ornery. Oh, no, I can't. Oh. Because I was pulling on the wrong side. If your stamp pads are juicy enough, see how I adeptly avoided the M word? Because I know some people do not like the M word, including my kids. There you go. Now, I think because it's me, I think I'm gonna, rule of thirds, right? I'm gonna do another butterfly. I'd like to have another butterfly that was slightly smaller, and I'm sure I do somewhere. I just don't have it close to me. There we go. Now I feel that that is better balanced, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So this I'm making for my friend Lori, co-worker friend. Lori has worked in our department for 38 years by the time she retired. And, okay, see, I just keep piling and now I can't find here we go. Here we go. And guess what? One thing I did forget was my adhesive. Hang on. It is here. It's just not in my hand. And for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to use my glue. Uh-oh. And this is what happens when you don't tell my kids I used my teeth. I used to scream at them when they did that because one of them had braces, the other one were retainers. You know, there was a lot of investment in their mouths. And even today, I still yell at them when they use their teeth for things. This is not wanting to come out very well. It's part of the problem is it's almost done. It's almost out. Make sure that you've got things going the right way. Yeah, so yeah, I just pulled out that pin with my teeth. Yeah, don't tell my kids or my grandkids. So this friend Lori, she's worked in our department for 38 years. I've been in our department 33. Lori at first was an account clerk and then worked her way up in the finance section of our department. Good for her. She was one of the very first people who I talked to or needed to talk to when I got my first job in the department. She answered so many questions of mine throughout the year. When I would go see her in person, if we could, we would have some personal chats. She's just one of those people who you knew you could count on, right? Yeah, so I've known her for 33 years. So I decided I have a retirement stamp set. I don't know why I can't say the word stamp. But it's got lots of great words, but it just wasn't really what I wanted to do. It just wasn't. So I realized I needed to, first of all, I need to shut this. This is why close to my heart changed their stamp pads. Sorry, discombobulated, guys. No, I want it at 4. And I should have this memorized by now, but I don't. I just use my nail, put a little crink in the paper, find the crink, and then cut my paper. Yeah, just one of those high quality individuals that, you can look back and say, wow, how in the world have 33 years gone by? I've known this person that long. and all of the things that she helped me through, all of the questions she answered. And I don't know, there was maybe a few times she called me with some questions about an account or purchase or something, but it was pretty one-sided. It was usually me calling her for help. Yeah. So Lori, thank you. I know Lori's not going to be watching this channel, I don't think, but Lori, thank you for all you did. Thank you. Just thank you so much. Now I'm going to show you with a word stamp. What I mean by being able to, where's my platform? Here we go. Move the paper and not the stamp so that it's exactly where you want it to be. So we're going to, just for fun, we're going to start this down here. Where's my other? Right here. This is so much better with these tabs than having to dig at the magnet. Yeah, that is not fun. So let's start. Let's start about here. Okay, I'm not sure why it's pulling the paper up, because the first few times it worked just fine. Just for ease of being able to see what's happening, let's use this. Okay. It says feel better soon. It's kind of hard to read because they've separated out the T's a lot. But now, instead of having to move this stamp, you can let the stamp stay exactly where it was, but you move your paper. So let's move the paper 3/4 of an inch. Right? We're going to ink it up again. Whoopsies, I dropped it. Plus I got some stuff right there. See how that goes? So, and now we're going to move it 1/2 inch again. And we're going to ink this up again. And we're going to do it again. So, right? Could you ever align your stamp that perfectly 3 times in a row? No. No, most people would not be able to. So this is another way you can use this platform. So I'm not sure why the paper is lifting up when it didn't at first. Any smearing or whatever was either the stamp or the ink or the user. It's not the device here. I will start carrying this with me when I go to my scrappy friends' crops, because I am working on scrapbook pages, but because this is opened on 3 sides, I can use my stamps on my scrapbook pages and not worry about, screwing something up, right? So let's say I'll do one more thing real quick here. And you guys know I can't even draw a straight line. But let's say this is the picture, right? Or the mat of the picture that you're scrapbooking, and you want an image right there. And of course, because this is smaller scale, you know, just, we all understand it could be much bigger, and pretend this is 12 by 12. So there's the mat of my picture. So I am going to, because that's my mat, I want my image. I've decided I want my image there. Okay, then I come back, push that down. There's my stamp, and just for fun, we'll use it slightly. You know what? We'll just do this because this is a smaller stamp pad. Forgive the fact that it's black. I wouldn't typically use black on a flower, but, and see, there you go. That's the beauty. That is one of the beauties of these stamping platforms. So I hope you enjoyed this demo, even though it didn't go perfectly. Hey, that's okay. That's what this is all about, right? Again, this is the Artemio stamping platform. It came off of Amazon. It's $30 to $35, which for the price point of the Misty is a little bit higher. The Misty comes in a smaller or similar or slightly smaller size and a larger size, but because this is opened on 3 sides, you don't need to buy one bigger than this. This will work for everything. Yay! Now, one thing I will warn you about is none of the directions are in English. So, this is something when you purchase off of Amazon, yeah, you're not quite sure. But there are videos out there. It took me no time at all to find a couple of videos to watch to just refresh my memory. I was pretty sure how to use it, but I just wanted to refresh my memory. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Please take care, stay safe, and have some fun. Bye-bye.